Hey, it's Renee. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Renée-Suzanne. Lots of love to my Love Shack crew subscribers. And if you are not subscribed, if you think you're just passing through, I hope to make a subscriber out of you too. Today, we are headed back to Sweden for some more Eric Gronwall. This has been pretty highly requested and I'm eager to see how this goes. Apparently, about a year ago, it looks like, at least when it was posted, Eric covered Frank Sinatra's My Way, and he has dubbed it his funeral song for himself. If you're excited to hear about this, like I am, let's jump in and press play.
Now the end is near,
Oh, a chess
and
game?
so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
Wow.
I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Okay, we're going to stop right there because wow, the symbolism here for it being his funeral song. He's like looking in the mirror, he's dressing himself all in black, kind of like facing himself, What has he done in his life? Facing a mirror and looking back at himself, having to reflect upon his whole life. And then also the sitting down and playing chess with what a hooded, black hooded person that we don't see, just a hand, and it's like a game of life, and he's playing against death, and the first thing death does is motion with his hand to the drink, and then let's get started. Oh my goodness. And his soft voice that he's doing with this, I wonder if he's gonna carry that all the way through. If he wants this to be his funeral song, does he want his version of it to be his funeral song? Or does he want the original to be his funeral song? Because I don't know how strange it might be to have a person who's passed singing their own funeral song. I don't know. I've never experienced that. Maybe that's a little more common in other cultures, but I love this so far. Like I said, his soft voice is still kind of sandy. It's like sandpaper and scratchy. And I love that. It's like he's whisper singing too. Let's go back just a little here.
And so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway,
Is that a temptation?
and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned.
He's singing to death and then also singing to himself in the mirror, back and forth. So I sense a feeling of just resolve and some contemplation and being comfortable with the life he's lived. And he's looking death in the face and saying that. He's looking himself in the face and is able to say that. At least that's what I'm getting so far.
Through without exemption. I plan each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times
Okay.
I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way.
That is honestly just such a cool concept that he's got going here, because obviously when he's looking death in the face across the chessboard, there's plenty of things we don't know, about Eric, that is, that he's gone through and choices he's made in his life and whatever. But we do know that he faced leukemia and beat it, and that he was able to keep on with his music, even in solo career like this. Yeah, the whole premise that, you know what, I made my choices and this was the life I was given a life, and I did it my way. I made my choices and I lived my life and I don't really have many regrets. He said, like it says, regrets, I have a few. Wow. And he's like looking him death right in the face and just saying, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with what I've done.
Stood tall and did it my way. I loved,
Okay,
I've
picking up.
laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing
Yeah.
to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me.
Yeah.
I did it my way.
Oh God, what a verse. That it's like, you know what? And this is how I am. I didn't, and may I say that I didn't do it in a shy way. I put myself out there. I was outspoken, and I was unabashedly me, and trying to accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish. And yeah, there were some losses, and I stood tall when those things happened and just kept on pushing through. I'm going to go back just a couple of seconds because the chorus is coming up here.
Oh no, not me. I did it my way. Oh, what is a man?
Yeah, there we go.
What has he got? If not himself, then he is not. To say the things he truly feels, and not the ones someone who kneels. The record shows I took the blows.
That's right.
I did it
Oh, wow. And how he just accepts that. Like, well, here it is.
I did it my
Cheers. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Subscribe, guys. Go and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already. For Mr. Eric Gronwall. That was a very, very moving video, as well as the feeling that you got from his voice in singing those words, and the fact that he's labeling that as his funeral song. He literally wants that to be played. And I think that's wonderful because if that has been the way you've lived your life, to where you feel like you could play that chess life is the chess game, with death that's going to come for us all, but you can look death in the face and not only say, but sing it with gusto and with meaning and with everything in you that you've done your best and you lived out loud and you made some mistakes. Yes, you have some regrets. And when things went wrong, you stood tall and you kept going and you lived your own individual life your way, my way, not anybody else's. That is so awesome. So awesome. I have heard Frank Sinatra sing this song, but it is out of my era. It's before my time. I remember it. I think it was played at an anniversary, a surprise anniversary party. They all knew the Frank Sinatras and that era of singers. People just don't know that stuff these days. And Eric, for this song, has put his own little spin on it too. And even without the visual, though, I think just even hearing it, you can hear the conviction and the seriousness with which he's saying these words and singing these words. He means it. This is very moving. Thank you so much to those of you who have suggested this song, any Eric Gronwall song. Such a wonderful singer. And like I said, go subscribe, like, comment, share, and subscribe for Eric Gronwall and follow him on any social media platforms that you find him. I know he also has a channel, The Gronwalls, which seems to be more blog style. So a little bit of his family stuff and day-to-day stuff, besides this music channel of his. I will link both down below and the original link to this song. And if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. But that's all. That is all I've got for you now. And my friends, when I say goodbye, it is only goodbye for now.